Actually going off the board at 8. We're checking in with Locked On Falcons, Aaron Freeman. This wasn't something we necessarily were talking about in studio. Are you surprised by this pick? What's the team kind of thinking here?
Yeah, the buzz has been growing for the last several weeks. The Falcons were looking at a wide receiver. I am certainly surprised that it happened. It didn't feel like the Falcons going back to the let's have a great wide receiver core worked out for them particularly well the last couple of years. And now they're going back to that rather than try to build up their defense and get a pass rusher for what was the league's worst pass rush, where they had 18 sacks last year. Roughly half of that production left the building this offseason, so it felt like that was a big need there. But Drake London makes sense. It's a big need for the Falcons. They have a very weak group of wide receivers. They've lost players like Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley and Russell Gage over the last 9 months. So certainly they needed some wide receiver help, but it's certainly a little bit of a surprise.
A little shocking there to see that move at that pick. Do we know who's throwing him the ball for certain yet, or are we still trying to figure that out?
Yeah, it's going to be Marcus Mariota for the foreseeable future, but there's a decent chance the Falcons will, make a move for a quarterback. Maybe later tonight, trade back into the first round and get their guy, or maybe wait till tomorrow to get a quarterback of the future, or maybe wait till next year. So we don't have that answer quite yet.
Okay, hopefully more moves to come. We'll check in again with you soon, Aaron. Thank you for that. Drake London off the board at 8. The Seahawks are on the clock now, so we'll have to see we're crossing another name off of our board, though, Peter, for now.
The offensive players suddenly flying off the board after we didn't get any here to start. Ike Ekwonu, he's now off the board. Evan Neal, he's now off the board. And now we get to go across. Drake London, receiver from USC, off the board. And guys, this looks like this could be a chance now where the receivers could start flying off the board, doesn't it?
It certainly does. There's several that could be lined up right now that need wide receivers, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we talked about Jameson Williams, a guy who's going to fly off the board early on. Garrett Wilson, a lot of people have him as wide receiver 1 in this class. He's a guy that should be flying off the board pretty soon. I think the Drake London one, him going number 1 overall, was intriguing because I feel like everyone was so far apart on him. There were some people that really loved him, and there were some people that were like, did you even take this guy in the first round? I was one guy that really liked him, and a lot of people talk about his separation or inability to do so. But no, he separates very well underneath at the line of scrimmage, slant routes, crossing routes, things like that. And when he is going downfield, maybe he's not a speed separator, but it doesn't matter because he uses that big 6'4" frame for the basketball background to go box guys out and go up and get it. And he is elite at attacking the ball at its highest point and coming down with it. So I like the pick for the Atlanta Falcons.